Hey everyone, this is Brian from Motive Training. Today we're going to talk about bodyweight squats. Super simple stuff, nothing too crazy or advanced. If you ever want to come into the gym and explore why you might have an achy hip or your knee wants to track in as you squat, we can totally do that. But for now, we're just going to talk about some basic things that you should focus on when you squat. First, have your feet anchored to the floor. They shouldn't tip or roll or come off the ground as you go up and down. They should basically stay planted. So that means you want to grip the floor with your feet. Since you'll be working out at home, you'll want to grip the ground. You can do this barefoot with your actual toes. Create a good base. You don't want to be on your toes. You don't want to be too much in your heel. You want to be just anchored to the floor with your feet so you feel like you're not wobbly or off balance. Then, the stance itself is irrelevant. If you feel best with your feet closer together, or you feel best with a really wide stance where one foot's really cocked out to the side, that's totally fine. I'm not really concerned with why. We can explore that if you come in, but for now, if you feel best doing a squat like this, do it. It's totally fine. Thirdly, you want to make sure that when you are squatting, you're not letting your pelvis move all that much. So you shouldn't have it go too far back or too far forward as you're going up and down. You want to keep it somewhat neutral. So if you think you need to daffy duck to squat where your hip goes back, you don't do that. And also, you might be in that like 0.01% of people that thinks your pelvis needs to be tucked all the way under you when you squat. I think I've seen one person in my whole life do this, but if you think that you have to initiate your squat by rounding and squeezing your glutes, that's not right either. Ideally, you're just keeping it from moving at all. If you do that, you can use your hips, your quads, your hamstrings a little bit more, as opposed to having it rock back and forth as you're going up and down. That will take tension out of your legs as opposed to create more tension. In fact, you might feel more strain on your back the more you let your pelvis move. So we're trying to keep it from moving as you go up and down. A decent bodyweight squat should have the knees tracking forward and your pelvis somewhat immobile as your hips and knees move, okay? So again, hands, doesn't matter, put them wherever you want, doesn't matter to me at all. I put mine out front, nice and slow on the way down, nice and slow on the way up. From the front, perfect. If that looks like your squat, great. If it doesn't, we can explore why that is sometime in the future.